Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafty Castle. So today's video is kind of inspired by my cousin's wife. When I was helping them with some stuff for their wedding, she had gone through my Instagram and she found this card that I had done as part of a class in 2020 and was like, I want you to teach me how to make that when next time we can get together. And they don't live in the same state as I do, so next time we can get together. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then after thinking about it, I realized that because I made it for a class, I'd never done a video on that technique before, and I happen to know for a fact that they watch these videos. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn it into a video, and she can get like a pre-lesson, but don't worry, because like I said, I know she's watching. Um, next time we can work something out and you're here and whatever, we can still do this class in person too. So today we're making a birthday peekaboo card. At least that's what I call them. I don't know if that's the real name for them. I just kind of made that up. But as you guys know, I've been in layering stencil ink blending mode lately, so of course we have to use a layering stencil. So this is also one layer card too. I should mention that as well. And I'm using the Gina K Designs layered confetti stencil. And I just went with, a lot of times when I don't necessarily have a color situation in mind, I just go with a rainbow and I'll pick either the warm side or the cool side. I admittedly, when I first started this, I was intending to do it with the cool side and somehow ended up doing it with the warm side of the rainbow. So I don't know. I don't know how to explain that one. I was gonna go with the other half because I always tend to do the warm half of the rainbow. And I was like, let's mix it up and do the cool half. And I did not do that. So I defaulted to the warm half of the rainbow. That's okay. It all works out in the end. Same deal. So this layering stencil is 3 layers, so I just use 3 different colors. Now this stencil, it doesn't layer like some of the floral stencils you've seen me use or some of the other floral layering stencils that are out there. This one has 3 different sections basically. So technically you could really do it all in one color if you wanted to. Maybe if you're making this birthday card for someone and you know their favorite colors, or they only have like one favorite color or something, you could do it all in the same color. Or if you're just looking for a simpler background, you could do it all in one color. But I liked, because this is a 1 layer card and there's not a ton going on, I liked the idea of having the multiple colors. So now I'm taking this happy birthday die from Simon Says Stamp, and I just die cut that kind of right smack dab middle, what? Right smack dab in the middle of the card front. Now I'm going to cut it out again because this is where things go a little wonky, and I start changing my mind from my original design. So I cut out the shadow layer and I cut out the words in white because I thought that's what I wanted, only to change my mind and decide that's not what I wanted to do at all. So this is where things start changing. So I want to do some ink blending on the inside because I'm actually going to glue the happy birthday greeting to the inside of the card, and then it's going to poke through the outside of the card. So I take a pencil and very, very, very lightly, outline the window basically, just so that I kind of know where the ink blending needs to go, where it's not really going to show through the front of the card, but I just, I shouldn't say that. Originally it was going to show through the front of the card, and then this is kind of another place the design changes. I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Sorry. I had kind of intended to not use the shadow piece at first and let this shine through, and then just use the smaller, like the actual like words, if you will, uh, to glue down. But I end up changing my mind and actually using the background piece. But it's still like the ink blending on the inside still makes the inside look really cool and kind of carries through from the colors from the front to the inside. So it still works out in the end. It just adds a little, and I'm not one to typically do the inside of her cards, so it adds a little something extra to the inside as well. So I'm just going over and ink blending, and my colors are not very even, but we can fix that a little bit yet. And just making sure that all of that is cleaned up. And then I had a couple places where you could still really see the pencil lines, so I just quickly erase those down a little bit. At this point, the pencil's technically under the ink, so you're not going to be able to erase them completely, which is why I said make sure you do them lightly. But you can usually erase them enough that you can't really see it. And because I traced where the happy birthday is going anyway, you can't, it kind of covers it up too. So I ended up deciding to use the cutout piece from the front because it'll kind of blend it into the front of the card, which I kind of liked. And I didn't like my ink dry all the way, so I had to clean up some ink spots there. But I thought it would look cool to, it's almost like a homage to those eclipse cards that everyone used to do, like a couple years ago. I know this same cousin, I know I made his graduation card with was in the eclipse card. Um, I think that was his college graduation though, and I don't remember what year that was. But anyway, that's not the point. And then I decided that I didn't want to use the white letters that I had with the new setup that I was doing, because it wouldn't show up very well. So I ended up cutting out the words again in black, and then my die cut machine let me down and didn't cut very well. I think I need some new plates again. And I also can't find my magic mat. I had it and it's just gone. I'm assuming it's lost in my drawer somewhere and I just need to find it, but it just disappeared. I don't know where it went. Um I really don't know. I'm very confused. But I'm gonna have to keep looking for it. So then now we got a good cutout of these letters, and I'm going to just glue those letters onto there. And like I said, now you don't really see the ink blending through it because that shadow piece covers up the ink blending from the front of the card, but it does just add a little extra something something to the inside too, which is kind of nice. It makes me want to ink blend on more cards, honestly, or on the inside of more cards. Like, could you imagine that? Like, even if you're writing something in it and not necessarily like gluing a die cut in, like just a little ink blendy like vignette, if you will, or yeah, whatever those things are called, and you can, just add a little something something. And I'm bad about doing the inside of my cards, so I'm not gonna make any promises that that will ever happen. So I'm just using my clicky glue pen because my Connect glue is dried up and I didn't want to dig out the stuff to fix that. And gluing that down, and it worked just fine. And there you go. That's the card. That's it. All done. So really quick and easy one layer card. If you're looking for a quick birthday card, this is a great technique to use. And I don't know about you, but I never seem to have enough birthday cards. Oh, that's right. I forgot I did this at the end. So I wanted to add a little something else to it. So I decided to add a sentiment strip to the front of it just to add a little something else. And I wanted it to be a black one because there's so much white going on in there. And I think I wanted it to say let's celebrate, but I was getting annoyed because I'm digging through my box of sentiment strips here and I cannot find the let's celebrate one in black. I have it in white, but I could not find it in black, and then realized that I may have just not had them cut up, so I was able to go through the ones that I haven't fully cut up yet. Oh, I use It's Your Day. Wait, here's to many more. That's what I went with. I couldn't remember. And so I just cut these three up really quick. Normally I would do this with a sentiment strip die, but just to be quick, I did it quick with my paper trimmer and cut them up, and then I will glue that down. And then that will actually, for real, be the end of this card. Then it'll really be done. Not like I said earlier. So that's like for real this time. That's it. That's everything for today. Like I said, it's a really nice. I've been clean and simple one layer cards have been kind of my jam lately. So there you go. There's another one for you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you again soon. And have a crafty day.